Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's March is off to a good start. I know mine is. I just got back from Florida a few days ago for my friend's bachelorette. We had so much fun. We went to Fort Lauderdale. I feel like I got some color even though it was the wrong color because now I am so burnt and I'm peeling and I'm itchy and I feel gross. But it's okay because we had a lot of fun. And when I came back, I had a ton of packages to check out with tons of cool products and I wanted to share some of them on this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a color adapting foundation, but I also received, and I have it all over there, I got some scalp products from Acton Acre. I got some skincare products from a couple of different brands. I got some other hair products. I got quite a bit of stuff. So I will be sharing that on my channel in the coming weeks, but today we are going to focus on the foundation that I got. Again, it is a color adapting foundation. It is from the brand Lunora, and it is a small business, I believe, because I hadn't heard of this brand until they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we want to send you a foundation. And I was like, hey, yes, please do, because I don't know about anybody else, but I am somebody who has such a hard time finding foundation that matches their skin. Also, it is quite annoying to have to buy multiple shades of foundation because my skin tone changes drastically depending on the season of the year. So having one that'll adapt to my skin throughout the year is really great. Now, that is all to say if it actually works. Now, I did try it once the other day and it seemed to work for me. So we're going to see if it happens again. The other day I was quite impressed with it, so hopefully it happens again and it works and it looks good. Especially because I have a busy day ahead of me, so I don't want to have to deal with makeup that looks ridiculous. And then that takes time away from me if I have to do it twice. So first I got a little bit of primer, especially because my skin is so dry. I feel like especially since I went to a warmer climate and I came back to a super dry and cold climate, I am just super dry right now. Also, sorry if you hear any background noise. I have my daughter in the other room watching Winnie the Pooh, and then they're doing construction on the house next door to me, so there's just something going on at all angles. So here it is here. Again, this is from the brand Lunora, and it really is supposed to help cover up any redness and supposed to help even out the skin tone. They also say that it is sweat proof, which is really cool in the summertime. And again, it is color adapting. So it goes on white, but after a minute or so, it'll adapt to the color of your skin. Like I said, I used this once before, and I don't know if you could tell in the brush here, but the brush head was originally white, and it did seem to adapt to a color, a skin tone color a little bit. So we'll see if it does that again. And I'm going to do my best to look into the camera here while I do my makeup today, but I do have a mirror here, which is easier for me to look into, but we'll work through it together. So it's kind of hard to tell because it literally matches so well, which is so bizarre to me, but it is rubbing in quite nice, and it's very, very lightweight. That is what I liked about it the first time that I put it on, so that's cool. But in any case, it does do a pretty good job of covering up redness, which is great because my face is super red all the time and it drives me insane. Now, I wouldn't say that it is like a super, super duper full coverage, but it is like a nice, like satiny, lightweight coverage. And it blends super easily. Like, it almost feels like a moisturizer when it blends in, which is nice. I feel like especially now being a mom to a insane toddler, I get overstimulated so easily. So like even with like heavy makeup on my face, I just want to rub my face, and if I feel like I have caked on makeup, it drives me insane. So having something lightweight is the way to go for me. I'm going to do a tiny bit more on this side for a bit more of coverage. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. I am super pale because it is the winter time, and this, I believe, is a K-beauty brand. I don't know that for sure. But I do know it is from one of the Asian countries, which I know that their beauty products are notorious for adapting to lighter skin tones. So I don't know how much this will adapt to a darker skin tone, especially because like I can even see it myself that it looks a little like it is adapting because my skin is so light right now. I will definitely be interested to see how this goes in the summertime because I get quite tan in the summer. I feel like it is that Hawaiian part of me that gets quite tan. So I get pretty tan in the summer. So I am going to have to try this again in the summer months, and I'll film a video when I do so to see if it adapts to that skin change as well. So this is one layer of the makeup except for this side right here. I did a tiny bit more. So that I would say is like 2 layers. Again, it is super blendable. It is super buildable, I feel like. And it is just so lightweight, which I really, really like. So I guess I will use my concealer that is lighter just because this I feel like is super light. So this is from Milani. This is their Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick, and I actually like this. This is actually pretty good to blend as well. Not gonna lie, the first time that I tried this concealer, I wasn't really a fan. I didn't think, like, I thought it blended nicely, but I didn't think it had that great of a coverage. But it's really grown on me, especially because, again, it is quite buildable. I have to wonder if this Lunora foundation has SPF in it, because it kind of smells like it. It doesn't say on the oh yeah, it does. SPF 50. It says moisturizing, advanced, color adapting innovation. So there it is there. I don't know if it'll... There we go. Lunora. Has anybody tried this Lunora brand before? Because if so, I would love to know. And I believe this is the only product that they have, which sometimes I feel like when beauty brands are focused on one product, they're better because all their focus goes to that one product. I'd be curious to see if they are going to expand, though this brush was with it as well. So I guess that's technically 2 products. So yeah, while I'm doing this, like I said, we got back from Florida on Sunday. We went for my friend's bachelorette. We ended up going to Fort Lauderdale, but where our Airbnb was considered Lauderdale by the Sea, which was the cutest little town. I absolutely loved it. They had this main road that had tons of like shops and restaurants and bars, and it led right to the beach, which was so nice. Our Airbnb was so cute. It was so colorful. It had the coolest pool. It was just so nice, and it was big too. It had three bedrooms, and it slept 6 of us, so that was awesome. So if you have any trips to Fort Lauderdale coming up in the future, highly recommend the restaurant Kaluz. It's K-A-L-U-Z. They are right on the water in Lauderdale by the Sea. I believe they have a second location as well, but the food was amazing. It was so good. Like, the atmosphere there, the vibes were great. Then on Friday we got a boat. My friend's fiance got us a boat, which was so nice. We were out on the water for like 5 hours, which was exhausting by the time we were done, but it was so much fun. And that is when we all ended up super burnt, but it was so worth it because we had music playing. The captain of the boat was awesome. We hung out at the sandbar. It was really, really nice. And let me tell you that as we were like being driven through the canal or whatever to the sandbar, there was tons of like yachts that people own, these huge houses, which we were like, oh my God, who owns these houses? And the captain was actually telling us. So we saw the CEO of Sunglass Hut's house. We saw a house that used to own to the owners of Seagram's, but I think they went bankrupt and they ended up selling Seagram's. But we saw their house. It was huge. It was like $45 million. We saw a plot of land that he said that they just tore down a house about like a few weeks ago, which was owned by the CEO of Taco Bell. We saw a like compound of houses that was owned by the guy who founded Blockbuster and Waste Management, and then all the houses around it he had bought his children as wedding gifts. So I thought that was really cool too. But like, these houses were enormous, and it really makes you like, I don't know, want to work hard. Not that I would ever get a house on a canal like that, I don't think, but like, it's just, you know, it motivates you a little bit. So yeah, after the boat, we really just hung out by the pool because we were burnt and exhausted. Then we went and walked around a little town that night. And then the next day we did the pool some more. We went to a few restaurants. We did the beach for a little bit. We did a lot. It was fun. And then when we were leaving, I think like spring break is starting down there, which, you know, some of the bars and like the clubs on the beach boulevard there were bumping at like 10 a.m. and we were like, oh my God, it's early. But it made me laugh because I feel like I've lived 17 lives since I was in college. But anyway, back to this foundation. I feel like a color adapting foundation like this one is great for if you are like a busy mom like me, or if you are just somebody who has such a hectic schedule that it's hard to get out to the store to do color matching, especially because, you know, there's not as many makeup stores that do color matching anymore. Like, I feel like so many stores are closing, so when it comes to retail, it's hard anymore. So something like this I feel like is good because, you know, it's a pretty safe bet for the most part. If you try it out once, you know it's going to match. So I feel like I'm trying to make it my mission this year to try out different makeup and skincare products that are like unique, you know what I mean? Like, I've been using a lot of products from the brand Medicube. They are a K-beauty skincare brand, and they have such neat products. I don't know what it is, but I feel like they're so cool, and they actually work really, really well. Like, it's been a while since I've been very excited about some skincare products. However, I do have some skincare products that I got in the mail over the weekend that I'm very excited about as well. Now that I am back from Florida, it is spring cleaning time in my house. I have lots of decluttering to do. I have lots of cleaning to do. I feel like I always try and do the decluttering when it's a little bit colder out, because that way by the time I'm ready for like the deep cleaning, it's warm enough to open windows and get like the fumes out. So the decluttering has begun, and I am such a like maniac and like crazy about organization, so like I thrive on this stuff. So I organized my skincare drawer the other day. I filmed that. I'm going to post that to TikTok. I actually still have to edit that. I keep completely forgetting that I have that in my camera roll. So I'm going to post that to TikTok. And then I'm going to film a makeup clean out because I have my makeup drawers right underneath here and they are filled to the brim. So that needs a decluttering. So I will film that for YouTube, I think. And then I have lots of other decluttering to do and organization. I need to do my daughter's room because she has a ton of clothes and stuff that are not going to fit her by summer. And then my attic is going to be the biggest task. But I can't do that until it's warm out because it is so cold up there. There's like a sweet spot of like 2 to 3 weeks, like between spring and summer and between summer and fall, that like the temperature up there is just right to do something like that. Otherwise you're freezing or sweating. There's no in between. So that is on my to-do list. It's going to be a busy spring. I have like 4 weddings, a baby shower, a bridal shower, a lot of birthdays. There's a lot going on this spring. Like, I'm pretty sure I have something every weekend from now until like July, but sometimes that's fun, you know, especially because a lot of the events that I have coming up this spring are going to be fun. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's so nice. So if you see the camera shake, it is because my daughter has spotted me doing my makeup and she always loves to come and help, as you can just see. This is like my favorite blending brush I've ever owned. It is from Merit Beauty and it is so old that it is like falling apart. I think bristles are like coming out, but I haven't gotten around to ordering a new one. But I absolutely love it. It makes me sad that it's falling apart. Also, my friend that was the bride got us all little gifts, and part of the gift was the limited edition birthday cake flavor of the Summer Fridays Butter Bomb. And it is so good. I have another flavor shade as well, and that one I love too. Like, I know these butter bombs have gone viral on social media, and honestly it's for good reason. So there we go. My hair's a mess, but it's okay because I have some other things that I gotta do. Again, this was the color adapting foundation from Lunora. I do like it. I really do. I can't speak for anyone with a darker skin tone because I don't know how well it'll show up on your skin. If you do have a darker skin tone and you've tried it and you have thoughts about it, leave a comment and direct people to your video because I'm sure people will be interested in seeing as well. But for this case, I do think that it worked out quite nicely. It was very lightweight. It had kind of like a moisturizer consistency to it, which I really liked. I think it was very blendable. It was a bit buildable. Again, it's not like a super full coverage. It is kind of like a light coverage, but again, buildable. I feel like it definitely just evened out my skin tone because it got rid of any redness, which is mainly what I'm looking for. I think I'm beyond the super full coverage phase of my life. I am now kind of just like embracing my skin because I've paid so much attention to my skincare routine that I feel like I am at this point where, like, yes, I'll try a full coverage foundation, especially if I am going out somewhere in like the nighttime, but like for an everyday use, this is more my speed. Hopefully I'm not too washed out here. It's kind of hard to tell. There, it's a little bit better. Let me turn this off. So there is just natural lighting from my window. So I feel like it looked pretty nice. Like I feel like it's a pretty even consistency. So I will leave a link to this in the description, of course. Again, this is from the brand Lunora. Like I mentioned before, I'm definitely trying to make a more consistent schedule of long form content on here. So if there are any videos that you'd like to see, definitely leave a comment, let me know. And of course you can check out my shorter form videos on my YouTube Shorts here, also on my TikTok and on my Instagram, which I will leave links to in the description below as well. So for now, I hope you all have a great week ahead, and I will see you next time.